you kind of just want to get them exposed to the whole picture of what bath time looks like. The sensation of maybe just 1 cup of water going over them while you feed a hot dog. Let them spin around in a circle. Let them kind of sniff around. Let them explore the picture of the bath time, whether it's a sink for the little ones or the tub for the big ones.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Dog Sense. I'm Kathy Santo and I am here with my co-host. Well, actually, I'm not here with her. She's in Colorado. I'm in Jersey. She's here with me virtually, the lovely and talented Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Hey everyone. So for our topic today, your dog's going to hate it, but you're going to love it. And we are talking about bath time.
You know what? We can make your dog tolerate it. We really want to make your dog love it if there's that possibility. And we know all the tricks to get that done. So, Sarah, let's talk about it from the wee baby puppy.
Yeah. So first thing with your puppy, right? We're talking like first exposure to the idea of a bath time. They probably just poop themselves or pee themselves. So maybe wipe them off with a cloth first. Then a lot of times what we do first with our puppies is we do it in the sink.
Yeah, everybody thinks tub. Like, I'm going to throw that puppy in a tub. Okay, you got a wee baby puppy in like this Shark Tank. And he's like, what's happening? All right, so let's talk about that sink. First of all, I would put a towel or a bath mat.
Plug that little hole. Right? From experience, the puppy's paw will go down it. So put your little stopper in.
The nail will get in that little grill of this, what do you call it, the strainer thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then don't do that. No, don't do that. And take everything off of the sink surrounding area. The sponges, the soap dispenser, and you see we're talking from experience.
Also from experience, where you leave all your dog toys drying out after you've cleaned them, your Kongs and stuff, that little dish dryer, move that as well, because your puppy's going to go right for the toys.
Clean slate. Have everything you need ready. Yes. So that means the little cup, right? Mm-hmm. Have the water already coming out lukewarm. Yep. Have your shampoo, like cotton balls for the ears, the towel you're going to put them in, and wear a wetsuit.
I was going to say, wetsuit, that's good. I grab like a new sponge and I'll use like a sponge to clean them as well. Again, depending on what just happened, if we're covered in poop, I'm going to clean them off like that first. And also I keep gloves. Like I use like nylon gloves or whatever. I use some of those too. Because again, if we got poop stuck in our little paws and stuff, we've got to clean that out. And that's gross if you don't have gloves on from experience.
Very, very gross. Yeah. Just be prepared for the worst. Yeah. And then when you do it, don't fill up the sink and dunk your puppy.
Please no.
Water in.
We want to create a positive response to bath time, right? Don't flood your dog.
No. And
pun intended.
If you find that your
dog people will get that one.
They're all going to get it. They're going to be like, Sarah's so witty. You can even have a container of water, like a gallon jug, not of cold water, right? That you could be pouring on the puppy if the whole coming from the faucet thing freaks him out.
Yep.
Also, you could put your puppy in that sink. Like, let's say you have a toy breed, right? Like you have a Chihuahua and you're like, Kathy, Sarah, I'm never putting this dog in the tub. Obviously not. So we can create an association. We can put the puppy in the sink on the towel, feed him something high value and take him out, right? Yep. The dog is like, I love this place. Yeah. You can feed meals in there. You can do a lot to get them to want to be in your sink.
But hey, listen, when we talk about the big dogs, this same rule will apply for the big dogs. The way that we're teaching the little dogs to be cool in the sink, you're going to do the same thing with your tub, with your bigger dog in the tub.
Right. Now, people also ask about drying, like how dry does my dog have to be? Should I use a hair dryer? It really depends on the puppy. Like if your puppy has never seen a hair dryer and if it's too hot, you're going to have problems.
Yep.
I love the old towel route, which they did before they had electricity, right? Towel your dog off. Yeah. Make sure they're nice and dry. What they're going to do, spoiler alert, is probably put their head down and run on your carpet.
Yeah.
You might want to keep that in mind. Don't put them on your bed because they're going to do it there.
They're going to get the after bath zoomies.
Yeah, they will. Oh, we should mention before you do any of this, potty your puppy.
Yes.
There you go.
Unless, even if they did just have an accident in the crate, still go put them outside. Maybe they'll rub off some of that poop before you got to put them in your sink. So that's an option too.
Because with the zoomies can come the poopies.
Right. Yeah. Right? Potty right after 100%. Yeah. Potty right after 100%. So ideally this is happening when it's not an emergency and they're genuinely covered in feces. So you want to practice this beforehand, right? So that you don't have to do a full, get them all wet, do all the scrubbing, all the soaps. You don't have to go through the whole process, right? So if you can just practice putting them in, maybe there's a little bit of water in your sink, so they're just getting used to the feeling of it underneath their paws. Maybe you're just running the water a little bit so they can, a lot of times the puppies will just try to lick the water. I'll allow it in the beginning because again, if they just want to lick it, that means that they want to interact with it. They're not worried about it. So I'm okay with that. You kind of just want to get them exposed to the whole picture of what bath time looks like. The sensation of maybe just 1 cup of water going over them while you feed a hot dog. Let them spin around in a circle. Let them kind of sniff around. Let them explore the picture of the bath time, whether it's a sink for the little ones or the tub for the big ones.
Now, I can hear people screaming or gagging because we're saying covered in poop and we're talking about the kitchen sink, right?
Yep.
I know you thought about it the same time I did. Obviously, if you had a slop sink in your house, ideal. Obviously, if you didn't have that, but you had a bathroom sink that your dog could fit in, that's fine too. But we're talking about the time where your dog won't go in the tub, right? It's too small, or you don't want to do that yet, and you need to clean it immediately, and you don't have a hose. Maybe you live in an apartment. So if you did that with your puppy, we would expect you to sanitize the area when you're done. Right? I'm not going to say what to sanitize it with because everybody has different. There's eco-friendly. There's not eco-friendly. I don't judge. Just do whatever you need to do to get to your food standards so that you will feel confident when you fix your next.
And another option too, if you don't want the dog in the sink and you don't want the dog in the tub and you live in a climate like Florida or something where you can do this outside, the same rules apply. You would just be using like a storage bin, right? Just use like a storage bin or something as your tub or your sink and you just use the hose. So the same rules would apply.
You can get those little, the rubber things you put the dish it. All right. I don't know what it's called. Okay. Before dishwashers, it's like a little tub that you put in your sink and that's where the dishes go when you wash them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like at a restaurant.
Yes. So you could get
Don't ask me what it's called, but I know what it looks like.
The restaurant thing with the dish.
The dirty dish bin.
That's it.
Yes.
And you could take that and put water in that and then not have it in your actual sink. So I just think for the sake of people understanding that we believe that things should be clean and we're not washing our puppies that are full of poop in our sink and then like cleaning.
Yeah, then just leaving it.
Right.
And also, so when you're practicing this, whatever your bath apparatus is, whatever you choose, right? You want to instill in your dog a calm state of mind too, right? Don't go squealing and screaming and spraying them in the face. If you have a herding breed and you teach them to chase after your shower hose, your sink hose, it's going to end disastrously. Same thing with the hose. Don't teach them to do those crazy crank behaviors when you need bath time to be a calm thing. Instill in your dog the vibe and the tone that we want when it's bath time. Slowly give them the treats. Good, nice job, good girl, right? Nice and calm. When you're scrubbing them, don't scrub them like this because the same way when you're petting them, you get them amped by doing that. You'll do the same thing in the bathtub. It's nice, slow with the sponge or your soaked up hand, whatever. Calm movements to help instill that in your puppy.
It's like a massage.
Yes.
We're not trying to get them psyched up, right? We want pajamas on. We don't want disco pants on.
Exactly. What are some of your like best tips to help progress this? Like for a dog who's not loving it, what are some of your best like dog trainer tips for getting a dog to love the bath?
I want people to understand that you may not ever get to love. Sure. You may just get to tolerant, right?
Yeah.
So I would get somebody
the sad, wet dog in the corner, like that's what I see when you say that.
Right. It's like the dog on the the deli counters where they have the little shelter dog on the can where you put the money in the black and white picture. That's your dog when it sees the shampoo bottle. So
and that's okay. We just need tolerance.
You can have somebody help you. Yep. Right. So somebody's helping hold the dog. It'll get done faster. Mm-hmm. You can have higher value things for your dog to lick. Some dogs, though, they're like, I'm not eating because I'm stressed out. Just like people, although I don't understand that. I like to eat when I'm stressed. So things like that. You can also make the things that are part of bath time not show up just for bath time. Sure. So if it's the shampoo bottle, I would put that shampoo bottle next to his bowl when I feed him. I'd take it on a walk with me. I'd be the weirdo in the neighborhood who walks with a bottle of shampoo. I'd show the bottle of shampoo and let the dog out in the yard. I'd show it and I'd throw the ball. Like,
and like listening to this, you might think that like she's kidding, right? No, we're not kidding. We are those people who would be out in the neighborhood with a shampoo bottle. I'd be literally saying fetch with the shampoo bottle with my dog. If I need to create a positive response to this, fetch, bring, I'd be teaching all that stuff with that damn shampoo bottle.
It would become the Travelocity gnome.
Yes.
Your life,
yes.
Right? It shows up everywhere. It goes in the car. If your dog likes the car, you could even, and I had a student do this, you could even clean out that shampue bottle, like throw it in the dishwasher, and you could put treats in it or baby food and squeeze it. And your dog is going to be like, I love my shampoo bottle. Same thing with that bathing mitt. Y'all like those bathing mitts you put on with the bumps? That shows up everywhere. And please don't cue your dog to start hating it. So don't go bath time, right? And then he's like, oh, cue to leave. Just put the leash on the dog. And you know what? If you have an untrained dog, it's probably walking around the house supervised with the leash on anyway. And maybe don't go through the whole process. Like break down your bathing process. Maybe step one is, hey, get in the tub. Here's some cheese and we leave.
Exactly.
Don't always make going in that tub the outcome.
And that is such an important part of it that, again, if it's an emergency, you just have to bathe the dog. We don't have a choice. We just have to get it done, right? But if you can, break it down into small pieces. Another thing that we didn't mention that blew one of my clients' minds, the licky mat, right? If you search on Amazon, licky mat, there's literally a suction cupped toy, dog toy that you can stick to your wall and rub peanut butter in it. And your dog just licks the peanut butter while you get bath time done. It's amazing. Again, that's not going to work for the dogs who are too stressed out to eat. Another big one is the sound of the tub, right? Because chances are they hear the sound of the shower often. If you are a cleanly person, they probably hear the sound of the shower pretty often, right? But when they hear that tub go on, if you're not really the type of person who takes baths, if they hear that tub, they know it's for them. So that's another thing too. Practice turning on the tub so that sound is not triggering them to know it's bath time.
The great thing about having kids is I raised all my puppies in the bathroom when my little kids baths. And they would get treats and we would practice place and they just loved it. And then we'd put a treat, float it on the water and they'd lean in and like grab it. And it's just, you get there slowly. Some dogs are like, I'm in the pool and they want to jump in and cannonball. That's awesome. But it is not like that with every single dog. Talk about the hose, Sarah. Like, I want people to know that that can be cold, guys. Like, you're out there and you're hosing your dog down. First of all, too much pressure and also temperature. Hello.
Yeah. And that's another one too. Do not teach your dog to go nuts and attack that hose. Do not do it. The hose outside, like I'll do it in the summertime, but what I'll also do is I'll fill up the tub, my plastic bin that I'm using as my tub outside, put the soap in it, let that all settle in there, and I'll leave it out there in the sun for a little bit so it does warm up. If it's a really hot day, then they'll appreciate the cold water.
Do a kiddie pool too.
Yeah, the kiddie pool. Yep, absolutely.
But if you have kids, right? You got to separate that. Like the dog cannot jump in when the kids are in it. You have to make sure there's a separation. Yeah. And I was always thinking about that quintessential, the dog is in the round stainless steel tub. You know that? Right. And they're hosing the dog and everybody's got their hands on it and they're soaping it. Right. So see the anxiety you feel when I say that? I feel it too. And so I think people should be aware of their dog's level of stress and tolerance. And you may want to throw on a second conditioner, but it's not your hair. It is your dog. And if he's struggling with just managing through this and you keep pushing it, the outcome could be something unexpected, could be aggression, could be hardcore fear going forward. Like if you don't understand dog body language, if you don't understand what tension is, if your dog didn't start out being invested in it's going to be a good thing, then you have to go slower and you may not even get the shampoo on. It may be you wet the dog and you're done.
And also guys, there's nothing wrong with sending your dog to a groomer, right? No shame. No shame, guys. Just this year, I finally hooked up with an amazing groomer. I've been doing 4 dogs with serious aggression issues all by myself, bathing, nails, everything. And let me tell you, it is an amazing thing to have a competent, incredible groomer who can do this for me. I can't tell you the weight off my shoulders. It's awesome. And there's something about when they go to the groomer, they just come back cleaner than if you did it yourself. Like there's something magical about the groomer, the tools they have, how professional they are. They know every dog code out there. They just come back so fluffy and soft.
Yeah. And you know what? There's a way to shampoo your dog. And we have a grooming shop in Jersey, right? Yeah. And I've watched these skilled people. It's crazy. They're just really good at what they do. You don't, I think a lot of people think you put shampoo on the dog and you rub it in and then you rinse it and you're done. You haven't even broken the first layer of coat oil. You do that first one and that's your first, then you got to do another one. You got to get in and scrub, like they are scrubbing because there's dead skin cells and you got to get them off. That's why a groomer uses a blow dryer to blow all the old hair off and everything. So, and Sarah, most people at some point in their life, they're going to either have it happen to them or somebody close to them. Their dog is going to get skunked or roll in mud. And it's going to be on a
Don't
Sunday.
put that bad juju on me, Kathy. Why did you put that into the universe right now?
Oh God, not us. It's happened to us already.
Everyone who's listening, knock on wood.
Knock on a lot of wood right
for
now.
skunks before you go out there. Kathy's put it in the universe.
So your dog has to have these skills because you're going to say, oh, I'm going to send it to the groomer. But one day it will be you and you need to have a plan, which means having the shampoo in the house. Go Google what to use for skunk odor remover. Like you need to be prepared. Even if you say you're never going to do it, you know what happens when you say never? You actually
like Kathy is so right on that. Get all the supplies that you would need, put them in a little bin, mark your box, put it in the garage, whatever, but make sure you have that. And another thing Kathy had mentioned, that's scrubbing, right? Especially if your dog gets skunked, you got to scrub them. That's a weird sensation for your dog to be used to. Practice all of that body handling, right? So you give them a nice peanut butter stuffed Kong or something. They've got that awesome treat and you practice feeling in between their pads of their toes with your fingers, doing that nice calm, that like scratching behavior, that nice calm one on their sides, the same way either you would or a groomer would. Going in their ears, cleaning their teeth, all of that. Getting the behind, right? We got to clean that area as well. And that's another one that happens at home all the time. You know, you got a long-haired dog and, you know, their poop might have been a little bit loose and you have to get in there and cut that out or wash it out. Practice the handling for that. One of my favorites is to call my dogs into middle or have them in a stand, step over them, brace my legs. So I'm now facing their butt. So like brace their hips with my legs so then I can bend over and clean up whatever I need to clean up. But that's a position you got to practice with your dogs, not expect them to tolerate that in an emergency when there's poop in their butt.
And people do things like that. I know they're like, oh my God, it's panic mode, damage control, and they do it. And it's funny that they expect the dog to just be like, all right, that's fine. But they don't realize that the dog is like, okay, this is how it goes. The next time I see a picture that reminds me of this, I am out of there. Also, I do want to remind everybody that if your dog does get skunked, it'll never happen. Don't worry. That it is not go to the shampoo first. It is not. And it is not tomato juice. It's this little recipe. I don't even know it by heart. But it has something to do with Dawn dishwasher and hydrogen peroxide and baking soda. So yeah, you have to look it up. And if that happens to you, there also is a shampoo, I think, Sarah, they make for skunk situations, but I've not tested it. The only thing I know is the one you make at home. Yeah,
the home recipe one, just Google it. You guys will find it. That's the best one to use. And you can always do like the lavender orange scented, shampoo afterwards to help.
For yourself as well.
But we're telling you right now, Kathy's put it in the universe. So before you let your dogs out, check for skunks because it's going to happen. And then don't email us and yell at us. All right, guys. So, all right, Kath, anything else? I feel like we've covered most of it for the bathing, everything we have for tips and tricks.
Yep. I feel like from Poltergeist, this house is clean.
All right, guys. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to like, rate, subscribe, tell a friend. You have a friend who just got a new puppy or a new rescue dog or something, they're going to have to take a bath, right? Share this episode with them so that they have some of our best tried and true tips and tricks to help make that successful. Our mission with this podcast is to continue creating an awesome community of dog lovers and learners. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye, guys.